Hi, I'm Michael Raleigh with Close to My Heart, and I'm here to create a fun layout with you today. Okay, I'm gonna show you how I made this lattice work piece that's gonna go down the side of the layout here. So what I have here is a 3.5-inch piece of Ballerina cardstock, 3.5 by 12, because I'm gonna use it the full length of my scrapbook page. And I have it on the light side because I want the background of my lattice work to be light. And then what I'm gonna do is go along, and I'm using my Versamat here to mark every 1/2 inch on this, and just doing this in pencil as I go down. And then I'm going to leave it in this direction, and I'm going to repeat that all the way up on this side. Now you can do this also for a card. Matter of fact, I've seen this on cards more than I've seen it on scrapbook pages, but I really thought it would be fun with this layout theme to have kind of this twisted ribbon slash lattice work look to the border of the page. Okay, so now I have that. And then what I've done is I've taken my Flamingo cardstock, and remember the Close to My Heart cardstock has the dark side and the light side. So I'm going to use the dark side of the Flamingo. And then I have Ballerina cardstock, and I'm going to use the dark side of the Ballerina. And I'll be able to tell as I'm going along if it's dark or light. So I want that contrast. And this is how you get started. So I'm going to put adhesive across here, and then using the edge of this, I'm going to start at the top part of top corner, and I'm going to go just below the tick mark for the 1/2 inch piece. And I'm going to take another Ballerina, making sure that I'm, again, using the dark side or the true color side. And what I found as I was doing this is if I did 2 or 3 at a time, making sure I'm getting this on the right side, 2 or 3 at a time, again, going below my hatch mark here and below the hatch mark there. With that adhesive on there, I can just turn this over. I'm going to trim right up to the edge. And then I've already got adhesive on here, so I'm going to come back and just below my tick mark, 1/2 inch there, and just below my tick mark, 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Now that they're marked, I can move my paper a little bit, and I'm not going to be in trouble with my measurements. Okay. I wasn't sure what I wanted for contrast. The kit that I'm working with has the Ballerina and the Flamingo pink cardstocks in there, and I wasn't sure how I wanted that to contrast. But what I find is I take a picture of the couple of choices, and when I actually look at it in a photograph, I know this sounds kind of weird, but when I look at it in a photograph on my phone, I can tell which one I like better. So that's how I chose what to do for my contrast on this twisted ribbon pattern. This one is going to be, I'm going to be using the dark side of Flamingo. So that's what I settled on. I put my light color down first because I wanted that to look like that was in the background or the twisted part, that it was lighter underneath. And then I'm going to do just exactly the same. So I'm starting in my corner here, and I'm coming down to just below what would be that tick mark, or in between those pieces right there. And you see I'm using the dark side of my flamingo, and I'm going ahead and putting adhesive all the way across these strips. I might get to some point in this video where I just speed it up a little bit so you don't have to watch all this. And there is the twisted ribbon with just using our Close to My Heart cardstock. I've got light pink as my background, or the light ballerina. I've got dark ballerina as the under part of the ribbon, and then I've got dark flamingo, or the regular flamingo, as the upper part. Okay, and then I'll be back and show you how you're going to use this on your layout. Okay, let's move on to the stamping portion of creating this page. I am using the Strawberry Mice stamp set, and what I am going to do, because I don't know all of the elements that I want on this scrapbook page right yet, I'm going to stamp a bunch. I know I want a lot of strawberries, and I want 2 or 3 of the mice. I may not even color them all to start out with, but I am going to stamp a few so that I have some to work with when I'm putting these on. It's kind of like creating my own sticker sheet we would normally have. And actually, I'm using my Intense black ink. I'm going to flip my Versamat over so I have this spongy area here. And like I said, I'm just going to use this as a way of kind of creating my own sticker sheet so that when I come to wanting to embellish, I will have options. Okay, so those are all the mice. That gives me a big selection of mice. I'm going to just turn this around here. And now I am going to add some strawberries to this. So then the colors of ink that I'm using the dark red blend, the light green blend, and the ice gray blend. So I love that this is really limited to 3 different colors. I also might pull in the gold yellow blend, which I don't have here with me at the moment, if I decide I want a little bit on the inside of these flowers. For the leaves, I'm going to use the dark. If I really wanted to add a little bit more, you can layer this color on top of each other right where those leaf marks are. So I'm going to go off camera using my trusty scissors, my markers, and I'm going to color these and cut these out. And I'll be back to show you how they will be part of my layout. Now I'm back from my coloring, and you can see that I have all the elements for my page, and I'm laying them down on the base page, getting ready to embellish and add all the details. My plan is to use this circle as my journaling spot. Since I don't need the whole thing, I'm going to trim it down to be just a partial circle. Now I'm going to start placing the different stamped elements in clusters to begin the page decorating. After I get these items where I think I want them, I then start with my photo mats to decide if I want 2 horizontal pictures or if I'm going to stick with 1. I've decided to use the irresistible alphabet for my title. As I put the letters on my all-purpose mat, I will be inking them in an ombre look, starting with Ballerina ink at the top, Flamingo ink in the middle area, and then blending in the candy apple at the bottom. I then line up my letters on my ruler so they will be as straight as I put them to my layout here. Then I pick a smaller alphabet to use as part of my title, and I'm going to stamp that onto the layout directly with the candy apple ink. Finally, I'm going to glue down all of the different elements that I have cut and colored in. I'm going to draw some journaling lines on my half circle so that my journaling can stay straight. And then finally, I'm going to use my white gel pen to add highlights to the strawberries and mice. In the end, I decide that I do not want the 2 pictures, but instead one single picture of me with both of my daughters. So I added the 2 and put that picture down and finished my journaling. Thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe and share with others. I look forward to sharing more of my crafty ideas with you in the future.